Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today is the tune and delete on the 2022 F-250, the farm truck as I call it. I just finished sending out everything about 2 weeks ago to GDP to have them tune everything. So I went back through, went to write after they gave me the file, which is on the computer right there, level 1. You basically load that after you get done connecting. It should take about 7 to 10 minutes. I'm at like the 3-minute mark right now. It's still uploading. And then you basically wait. Once this is said and done, all uploaded, you should be able to turn the truck on, have no check engine lights, everything of that sort, as long as you've already had everything installed. I haven't even started the install or delete on anything yet, so I still need to remove everything and then put everything back on. If I don't check engine lights after that, it should be a green go ahead. So I'm just doing the ECU tuning first, which is fine. Order of operation doesn't have to necessarily be delete first. I'd rather do it this way. You could still start it up and run it. I don't know if you could particularly drive it that way, but at least I know you can start it and run it. So once this is all said and done, tomorrow morning, first thing, I'll probably be up at like 5. We're going to get started on tearing everything apart, pulling off the EGR, DPF, everything of that sort. Also ordered the DCR pump conversion kit and the CCV reroute. So I got to end the cold up pipe as well. So I got a decent amount of work to do. I don't know if I'm going to knock it all out tomorrow, but basically at least get the EGR done and get the full exhaust put on. So that's for tomorrow. So once this is all said and done, we're going to get to the next steps. Stay tuned. All right, so we have everything here. This will be the GD block off plate. This will be obviously the full exhaust. This is the cold side up pipe, CCV reroute, and then this is the DCR fuel pump conversion. So we're gonna just be knocking this out today. In the morning, I only got like 3 hours to knock this out. So if I have time, I'll finish this as well. Truck's not moving for a while because I know I need a part off the factory exhaust to then thread in for that EGT port on this. So let's get after it. All right, so this is what we're working with. It's gonna come off. This whole guy is gonna come off. So you can already see mine's a 22. Some of my bolts down there are starting to already surface rust, so I might spray some PB Blaster on them and see what we can do. But essentially all of these 10 mils in the surrounding area of this EGR cooler are gonna come off, and this whole thing is going to pop off and be removed. So let's get after it. So once you remove those 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, this guy should just slide right on out. That's 1 done. Next, you remove the 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here on this guy. 1 and 2. And then this guy will pop out. Make sure you take the gaskets with you. All right, so majority of everything's disconnected. I have one last little bolt back there, as you guys can kind of see, as my top of my fingernail right there. I don't know if it'll focus. There it is. Other than that, this one was a pain in the ass back here. 10 mil on top, 12 mil underneath, kind of hard to get to. I end up pulling this off just so I can have a little bit more room. Definitely put this back on. Do not let any contaminants get inside of there. I believe that's one of your feedback lines. But this little bracket back here will swivel out of the way once you take off that top 10 mil, take off that last 12 on the bottom. I believe I have one more, and then I'm going to start shimmying it out. Just removed the last bolt. Unfortunately, I was not able to salvage all my coolant, and I'm going to have to clean all this up. So that's fun. So I'll have to get some coolant before we even bother starting this thing back up. Now we can start pulling the rest of this guy off. Now the rest of this big old guy, as long as I have everything else that's connected, should just slide on out of here. So, yes. Yeah. What? Vic. Oh, that looks sick.
I like it.
You can click pause on my video for a second. Good?
Yeah.
All right, now that that last little harness is out, this whole plenum should just slide, hopefully, right on out. Unless I'm missing something. And that's what that should look like now once it's all taken out. I'm gonna get the GDP plate on as quickly as possible because I am losing a lot of coolant. I don't feel like having to get more than I need. All right, now that we're headed under the truck and got my safety goggles on, my prescription safety glasses, I'm gonna start disconnecting everything electrical first. So I'm gonna disconnect this, I'm gonna take this guy off, run it back up through here. I'm gonna remove everything electrical, and I guess to make this job a little bit easier, where's that bracket at that they were talking about? There's a bracket you can remove from the face plate or ceiling with the hanger to make life a little bit easier. So we'll look for that. But anyways, should be pretty much straightforward. Let's get after it. And just like that, once all the exhaust hangers are off, this is the bracket they were talking about taking off. You can leave that on, it's not that hard. It will just completely disconnect. Let's throw the new exhaust on. All right, guys, moment of truth. Full exhaust is now ran all the way back out with a muffler. Just refilled the entire coolant reservoir. It's at the max. I'm sure it's gonna burp itself a little bit. Now's the moment of truth. Let's start this bad lad up and see what it sounds like. Hopefully the tune went through correctly. We don't have any issues. Take it for a test drive. Not too loud. See, which we do not have. Beautiful. Let's take it for a ride. Quite literally is just loud enough and not too annoying, especially at idle. I think we'll get on it barely any bit, maybe quarter throttle. That's the perfect amount. Quite literally the perfect amount. So let's go get the truck washed up real quick. We got the DCR CCV reroute, and then the cold side up pipe for the turbo is the last little bit that I have to do. So I might take it to a shop for the DCR. We'll to be determined. All right, guys, following along from the previous video, you guys saw me do the tune and delete on the truck. It's been great off-road and the farm and everything like that. You know, got millions of miles of acres to drive, so it gets some good MPGs out there. But today we're gonna do the CCV reroute. So we're gonna be doing the removal of this little bad plastic lad, which basically takes all of your oil that comes out of the crankcase ventilation system and dumps it right back into the intercooler piping. So quick snippet, you're gonna remove this guy, but you can get this pipe out of the way, remove the dipstick tube, it's a 10 millimeter, remove 1, 2, 3. There's 1 bolt, 2 bolt, 3 bolt, 4 bolt on the back of that. That guy will pop out, and I will show you what happens once all of this is removed. But simple, clip, clip, clip. If you guys need to watch some videos on how to remove that, there's videos out there. This sensor, this 8 mil, or 10 mil, I believe, and then this guy, then this drain bolt plug right here. Clear enough room for you guys to go ahead and then pull out the crankcase ventilation once those 4 bolts are removed back there. And also this main hose, which we're gonna be blocking off with a little black nipple. And you don't need to zip tie it, but you can zip tie it. It is drawing a vacuum, so you're fine on that. So let's get the install started, or removal started, and then we'll do the install. I'll show you guys how long it takes time-wise. It's 11:05 currently. Let me go get some tools and get it started. All right, with finding tools and everything, it took me 14 minutes to get this guy out. We've got all the new stuff in the box, and let's show you where everything goes. One thing I'm looking for is, there it is. Okay, cool. That's the important part. That's what it should look like once it's all out. It literally was probably one of the simplest things I've done on here. Hopefully there's not too much overflow oil-wise coming out of there. Did not even have to remove this. Really didn't have to remove this. Would have not, I probably could have gotten this all out without even taking this off, but just taking these two guys. But other than that, I just gotta get this guy off and call her good. Let's throw some stuff on. So the SP is gonna go on the one closest to the front of the vehicle. Grab your O-ring, toss it on there. You should have 2 other ones that are clearly not gonna fit this. This guy's just gonna sit right on there. I'd rub a little bit of oil on here. I wouldn't say for a tight fit. I would just say to kind of have it slide in a little bit easier, but there's excess of oil all around the ring of that. You're gonna put this guy, like I had said, over top of this. It's gonna draw a vacuum. You don't really need a zip tie. I'm probably not gonna throw one on there. I might, probably not. And then I'll show you what to do in the back in a second. Okay, last things last. O-ring's gonna get placed inside of here. O-ring's also gonna get placed inside of this guy. This is going to be your connector to the top of this, and then this guy is going to get run to, I bought the extra hose as well, a little expensive, $50 for extra hose, but whatever, it just was convenience. This is going to go in that back corner, so this is going to go on top. This is obviously going to go down into the head. So let's throw these guys on, see what it looks like after. All right, the whole install in total took me about 37 to 43 minutes. Kind of lost track of time. Obviously, I have my watch, but I was doing other things as well. This is all done. I need to just put everything back in up here. I got distracted because my dumb ass was leaning on this while pulling this up over to where it vents out, and I snapped this guy off. So I'm actually just Q-bonding this with some carbon fiber and some glue. So letting that secure it. I want to show you guys where I ran everything. So from there, up over this guy, down to here. You can see where it comes down through the fender well, up in there. And then it comes up over top of the motor for the step bars. So zip tied it to this spot first, and then zip tied it down and has a downspout facing downwards. I'm not worried about the e-brake cable getting oil. It's not the end of the world. But the entire time, except for right here, which I will probably put a zip tie or clip this up into here, it's got a downward slope relative. So that's what I wanted to have, even though it's more or less just, you know, fumes. But that's that aspect. I'm probably going to go install the cold side up pipe right now, just because I'm at it. And then DCR pump. It's still something that I'm teetering in my head whether I'm going to do it or I'm going to pay a shop to do it. So probably going to watch one more video, but these videos that are 2 hours long on YouTube means it's going to take me 8 hours in real life. So that's the CCV though, pretty straightforward. Let's go do the up pipe. All right, guys, last little bit. I just went like a month vacation to Japan and Thailand, but wanted to show you that the DCR pump did get installed. Cold side up pipe also got installed. Whole install with everything, including me sending the truck to a shop to have them install the DCR pump, do fuel filter, do an oil change, everything of that sort, was $8,200. $1,200 that was spent on labor, so $7,000 in parts. The rest of it was all done by me. So EGR, delete, DPF, you know, full exhaust, everything of that sort. CCV reroute, up pipe, DCR pump. Out the door was $8,200. If you want to do it yourself, it's gonna be around $700 to $7,400. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was relatively informative. I'm not as detailed with these installs and stuff like that. I'm a garage mechanic or a home mechanic. I work on things as I desire, not for work. So yeah, all in all, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment. You probably won't be seeing much more truck content unless I do something else drastic to the truck, which I more than likely will not be doing because I like simple things, not crazy setups. So, but next will be some Africa Twin videos because I just picked that guy up, and maybe I'll do a full review on the Jigsaw.